Two men journey to the bars and restaurants of Scandinavia to find amazing beers, always with the same question.
Hey, what's on tap?
It's time to find out.
Hey, welcome back to What's on Tap podcast. This is your host, Stefan, and
I'm Martin, your co-host.
Right,
and we're joined by a special guest.
Oh, you jumped the gun on that.
Yes,
All right,
I love to jump the gun.
All right, and we're joined by a special guest, Bjorn from Bjorn Guiden. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
So glad to have you here.
I think you lead the list of guest appearances.
Great. Yes.
I think you do, actually. That's good. That's a badge of honor that you should carry with you always.
Maybe soon also the co-host then.
What? You mean when we kill Stefan and take over the show?
Possibly.
Like he has all the passwords to everything.
Yeah, I'm the one who doesn't edit anything. So you can't smell this beer yet. You can only look at it from afar and admire the beer, because I got this beer, and oh man, this is something special. So we got two beers, of course. Ooh, I can smell some here. Martin brought a beer, and I brought a beer, and they're both well, mine's a little different. So it's from Barrier, and it's from their Kickin Knowledge milkshake series, and this is an IPA. And now I will let you smell your beer, and you can guess. We'll play a new fun game. Guess the adjuncts, and see who can guess the most. There are
pumpkin.
Wait. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 adjuncts listed on the label that are not hops. There's three hops. There's 3 hops.
Ginger and nutmeg.
Wait.
Is it an Omnipolo beer?
No, it's a Barrier Brewing beer. Oh yeah. Good one.
I'm looking down ginger and nutmeg.
All right, nutmeg. That's one.
There's no ginger in it?
Nope.
Impossible.
Nope. All right, so you got nutmeg.
I only got nutmeg.
Dig deep. I see
you said pumpkin.
All right.
I can see
pumpkins too.
Oh, there. Pumpkin was an ingredient.
Yeah, pumpkin and nutmeg, but
Lactose.
Lactose is 3.
Yeah, of course.
And where there's
but
lactose,
how many
there's 8. You've got 3 so far. Where there's did you taste it? You motherfucker! You can't taste it yet.
I didn't know.
This is a smelling game. It's not a tasting game.
Mango.
No mango.
Papaya.
Nope.
Just shooting fruits here.
I've tasted it, so I can't guess anymore.
I'll let you have 2 guesses.
Wow, I still don't know.
So I tell you, there's lactose, and where there's lactose, there's usually
vanilla.
Yes, there's 4. All right, are you ready for me to run this down?
Yes.
This is a long list. This is Kickin Knowledge milkshake pumpkin. India Pale Ale brewed with vanilla, coconut, lactose, pumpkin, allspice, cinnamon, nutmeg, coriander, and dry hopped with motueka, mosaic, and citra.
So the coriander is this dry coriander bullshit.
I can't imagine.
It always is.
I can't imagine they used fresh.
It always.
That would have a very different taste, I think.
Coconut, I cannot feel at all.
No. I smell no coconut.
The coriander, yeah.
I think
once you said it, I get a hint of coriander.
I get a little bit of, I don't know, something. It's a mess. It is such a mess, but it looks nice and it smells fruity, oddly enough, with that allspice nutmeg kind of.
And you got to introduce us to a special kind of guess the ingredient sub bullshit.
There's so many things that are incorporated into this IPA, which by all intents and purposes should never have this many adjuncts added to it.
Let me see. So the things we didn't guess was, cinnamon we really should have guessed.
Well, the problem is,
but I don't feel
between the allspice and the nutmeg, the
allspice is such a bullshit.
I think that's where you're getting the what'd you say, ginger?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. It's probably from the combination of the nutmeg and the allspice and the coriander put together.
Oh wait, allspice in American is a specific thing, right?
Well, allspice is something in Sweden as well.
In Sweden, it's just sodium glutamate.
Nope. Allspice is a legitimate spice. It's not Oh, it's gonna drive me nuts. If I saw the name,
it's Swedish kryddpeppar. Exactly,
yeah.
exactly. Because all spice, like all krydda, allspice. That's something completely different.
Yes.
Spice pepper.
Spice pepper. Yeah.
That's the Swedish thing. Yes.
It's usually found in Caribbean cooking.
Yes, but that's why I say, all right, allspice is something specific.
Yeah.
In Swedish, it's not.
It is. I've been to the store and bought containers of it.
Kryddpeppar.
Kryddpeppar.
Yes,
yeah.
exactly. But
Allspice.
there's also allspice. There's allspice, Swedish allspice and American allspice, both available at. Let's not go there.
Now, what you're talking about is like a seasoning salt.
Yes.
Or like that's completely different.
That's Swedish allspice.
Right. They have that in the U.S. too.
Okay.
But they wouldn't call it allspice. They would call it seasoning salt because that's technically what it is.
And then there's Old Spice.
And then it's Old Spice, which is completely different as well.
Welcome to the What's on the Spice Shelf podcast.
Yeah.
What do you think about this beer?
Well, let's cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Let's officially cheers and taste it.
Well, milkshake IPAs is one of my least favorite beer styles.
And now they've spiced it with everything.
Yeah, so it's really hard to drink.
I don't think it's very good, actually.
I don't either. It is a mess in a can, I gotta say. It's like
you put the pumpkin pie in a blender and
I don't know why the coconut is in this, because there's absolutely no need for there to be coconut.
No.
If they wanted just to make if they're going for like you said, like a pumpkin pie kind of thing, then you wouldn't have coconut in that. No. And secondly, why would you make an IPA with all of this nonsense included in it?
Okay, so the beer is called Kickin Knowledge.
Right, so it's part of a series that they're doing. This is number 9 in the series.
And it also says originally brewed for our friends at Burgerology, which is probably some kind of food gastronomy
Probably.
because it has this
logo
that's an atom.
Yeah, it's a spacey kind of logo kind of thing. You see like in the 50s. Yeah, I don't think that the aftertaste gets better.
Nope.
Actually, it tastes like old pumpkin pie or something. I'm not sure. If you look up the Kickin Knowledge series, there's like how many of them are in the series?
There are tons.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I actually had the non-pumpkin Kickin Knowledge at Brewskival 2019.
Which one did you have?
The regular Kickin Knowledge period.
Oh, it was just an IPA. There was no adjuncts or anything added.
Exactly.
To it. So I've got another one of these at home that I picked up, but it was not a milkshake IPA. I don't think. I think it was something else.
I also had the toasted coconut at Brewskival 2019.
Maybe I got the toasted coconut. That sounds more familiar. I don't know. But I
there's
ordered
so
another one.
many.
Yeah.
They're like 15.
But this one is quite difficult, I have to be honest.
It really depends on how much you love allspice, cinnamon, and nutmeg.
Yeah.
Because that's what you're getting, especially allspice and nutmeg.
I like them in Christmas beers, like dark roasted, heavy, heavy stout. But
and honestly,
in lactose IPA, no. Thanks.
If this had been a stout or a brown ale or something, I think it would probably be pretty good. A brown ale, I think, this would be great.
Yeah.
As an IPA, this is just, it's so gross. It's so bad. But what's funny is it gets decent reviews on Untapped.
Yeah.
I think it's sitting at like a 3.8 or something like
that.
that.
3.83.
Yeah, which is unfathomable. I do not understand that at all.
I'm gonna give it something like a 2.5.
Yeah, I think I'm also going to give it something like a 2.5 as well.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
2.5 to 75 maybe. Yeah.
Exactly.
Everything is kind of a crapshoot at those levels.
Yeah. All right. So what did you bring us today, Martin?
So I brought a beer from a brewery that I haven't seen on shelves and shops lately. It's Brewfist's 10th anniversary double spaghetti western. So Brewfist is an Italian brewery, and they're celebrating their 10th anniversary by making a. So they used to have all over the place their spaghetti western imperial stout.
Yeah.
And this is the double spaghetti western. So it's an imperial chocolate coffee stout, 11.5%, and the way I remember Brewfist, because before we recorded this, I checked it up, and I've had 26 different Brewfist beers.
Yeah.
They used to be on all the web shops, and when I wanted to buy something, I needed to like fill up my cart, and I would always go for some Brewfist because they were not that bad and sometimes cheap, and they made a lot of styles. But then they've kind of just disappeared from the market.
Well, you'll be glad to know that they've recently come back, because I was on a web shop just like in the past week, and there was a ton of Brewfist on one or two of them.
Huh? Wow.
So they're making a comeback.
It's
kind of like Siren. Siren disappeared they were everywhere, and they disappeared, and now we're seeing like these specialty stouts and barley wines and things coming back on the shelf.
That's a good comparison, because they've gone kind of through the same journey. So I saw this on a web shop, and I figured I wanna try Brewfist again.
Yeah. Oh, so this doesn't have the ABV on it, does it?
Maybe there.
Oh, 7 point. Okay, so the Barrier beer was 7%, and the Imperial Chocolate Coffee Stout is 11.5%.
Yes.
And this is
just smelling it. It's quite harsh. There's a lot of coffee.
Oh yeah, it's heavy roasted coffee.
Kind of in the bad way.
Yeah, no, this is strong. This is one of those things where you're like, well, if you don't like coffee, you're really gonna hate this beer.
Let's try it. Cheers.
Cheers. This smells so hard roasted. What do you think?
Mm-hmm. The chocolate kind of tries to come into the aftertaste. It kind of peeks his head up over the water, and then it gets pushed down under the surface by the coffee.
It's initially very smooth, but then in the end, the heavy roastiness just takes over again.
Yeah.
I'd say it's like mouthfeel wise, it's pretty light. It's not real heavy. There's a bit of an alcohol burn in the finish, which I think goes well with the rich coffee roastiness on the beer itself. I kind of like it.
It is growing on me. I like so the label is two gunmen at a shootout, and in front of them there's like this rope kind of thing that says SWX, which is Spaghetti Western 10. Mm-hmm. It's kind of a nice label.
Yeah, I think the first couple of sips are a little strong. They're kind of like, whoa, that's a lot of roast, that's a lot of coffee. But I think this is a beer that needs to probably set for a little bit and air off some of the alcohol.
Probably. And when it says chocolate, you need to think about this 90% dark chocolate.
Yeah.
Because that's where it kind of is.
Yeah.
So it's kind of closely connected to the coffee, this intense dark bitterness.
Yeah. And it's very dry. It doesn't have it's a very sudden finish after you swallow it. It doesn't really linger in that way with any kind of sweetness or secondary notes. It's very what you get up front is what you're going to get in the finish.
Exactly. But even now, it hasn't aired enough. But what would you give it, Stefan?
I think I'm going to go. It's kind of like between a 3.5 and a 3.75.
That's where I am at this 3.75.
Yeah, I think I'm at a 3.75 on this one.
What do you see, Bjorn?
I will end up with 3.5.
Yeah.
It's a bit too bitter in the finish.
Yeah, I think it's
like you said, the real rich chocolate, 90% bitterness, and with the heavy roasted coffee, it's just a bit too much to be really enjoyable. It's not a bad beer, but yeah, it needs its special place, or special. Maybe if you have it to a special dessert or something like that,
we can see that
it could work. But it's
it's a light 3.75, strong 3.5 for me. Yeah. That's why it's kind of.
So it was released last year because the 2020 was the 10th anniversary.
Yeah.
So now I've dated this episode, and if Stefan keeps it for too long, then
Well, I won't keep it till 2022, so I think we'll be okay.
Just kidding. So our regular listeners can try to figure out our process.
Right. Because we're not recording on April 8th of 2021.
Oh my god.
We're totally not doing that.
It's definitely the 5th of June.
Exactly. All right, anything else you guys want to add?
No, I kind of ran out of things to say about this Brewfist. I was hoping it would be more chocolatey, actually. Like chocolatey, not dark, bitter chocolatey.
What is it?
I remember I liked the first spaghetti western that they released a few years ago, but so I'm a bit disappointed, actually.
Yeah, for me, Brewfist is just one of those breweries that, like, they make good stuff, but it's never going to be, like, top of the line, kind of like you're saying. If you need to fill out a shopping cart and you see a couple of Brewfist on there, you're like, well, I could probably do worse.
Yeah,
it'll
to
be
get
something good, yeah.
To get free shipping.
Yep. Yeah, that's definitely I would put them in the free shipping category. Okay. Well, Bjorn, thanks for being on the show once again.
Thank you.
Where can we find you online?
YouTube, Instagram, Facebook.
Okay.
Under Bjorn Guidon.
There you go. You can find us online at what'sontoppodcast.com. I'm not even sure if I said that right.
What's on top?
What's on top?
That's new.
Well, that's my other show.
Are you top or bottom?
Well, exactly. That's what's on top.
You're confusing us with your BDSM.
That's my other dating podcast that I don't talk about very much. It's more like who's on top. So
I just want to say the double spaghetti western. It has a 4.15 average.
Oh.
It does not surprise me at all.
Maybe we just don't have palates that are refined enough.
Yeah, probably not. We're not very sophisticated that way.
Those Italians there.
Sorry. What's on tappodcast.com, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, and wherever you can find quality podcast. Until next time.
Keep drinking, you dum-dums.